Imagine waking up in one of the wealthiest cities of the Roman Empire. The year is 79 AD. The sun rises over the sparkling Bay of Naples, casting golden light across magnificent villas, bustling marketplaces, and crowded streets. Merchants prepare for another profitable day. Bakers pull fresh loaves from their ovens. Fishermen unload their morning catch. Children run through narrow stone alleys, while wealthy citizens discuss business in lavish courtyards, decorated with colorful frescoes. To the people of Pompeii, it feels like any other day. A normal day, an ordinary day. But this day will become one of the most infamous in human history, because in less than 24 hours, an entire city will cease to exist. Towering above Pompeii stands Mount Vesuvius. To modern eyes, it is obviously a volcano, but to the people living beneath it, it is simply part of the landscape, a familiar giant watching over their city. Its slopes are covered in vineyards and farms. Its soil is rich and fertile. For generations, it has remained silent. Most residents have never seen a volcanic eruption. Many don't even realize the mountain is capable of one. Yet deep beneath the earth, a catastrophe has already begun. Miles below the surface, pressure has been building for centuries. Rivers of molten rock are forcing their way upward through cracks in the crust. The mountain is becoming a bomb, and the fuse is almost gone. The warning signs have been there. 17 years earlier, a powerful earthquake struck the region, damaging temples, homes, and public buildings. Even in the weeks leading up to this day, small tremors continue to shake the city. But the people of Pompeii have grown used to them. They barely pay attention anymore. Life continues. Business continues. The future seems bright. Nobody knows they are living through the final hours of their civilization. Then, shortly after midday, the world changes forever. Without warning, Mount Vesuvius explodes. The summit of the mountain ruptures with unimaginable force. A deafening blast tears through the sky. Rock, ash, and superheated gas erupt upward in a violent column that rises more than 20 miles into the atmosphere. The explosion is so enormous that it can be seen from hundreds of miles away. Witnesses later describe a giant cloud resembling a stone pine tree, its towering trunk stretching upward before spreading into an immense canopy that darkens the sky. In Pompeii, panic begins instantly. People stop what they're doing and stare toward the mountain. Conversations end mid-sentence. Market stalls are abandoned. Across the city, thousands of eyes watch in horror as an impossible cloud climbs higher and higher above Vesuvius. The ground trembles beneath their feet. The air fills with distant rumbling. Nobody knows what they're looking at. Nobody understands what comes next. Then the rocks begin to fall. At first, it's only a few scattered stones, small pieces of pumice drifting from the sky. Some people remain calm. Others gather their belongings. But as the minutes pass, the falling debris becomes heavier, larger, more relentless. Soon, thousands of volcanic rocks are raining down on the city every minute. The eruption grows stronger, the sky grows darker, and fear begins to spread. Hour after hour, Vesuvius continues to unleash its fury. The pumice stones pile up across rooftops, courtyards, and streets. Every passing moment adds another layer, then another, then another. By late afternoon, some roads are already becoming impassable. Buildings begin to creak under the increasing weight. Roofs start collapsing. Dust fills the air. The bright Mediterranean sunlight fades into a strange twilight. The city is being buried alive. Families face impossible decisions. Do they stay inside and hope their homes will protect them? Or do they attempt to flee into the chaos beyond the city walls? Some choose to run, Others choose to wait. For many, both choices will lead to the same fate. As darkness approaches, conditions become increasingly terrifying. The eruption has now been raging for hours. The streets of Pompeii are unrecognizable. Thick layers of volcanic debris cover everything. Walking becomes exhausting. Every step sinks into loose pumice. Visibility continues to deteriorate. The air is so thick with ash that breathing becomes painful. People wrap cloth around their faces in desperate attempts to filter the choking dust. Above them, Vesuvius roars like a living monster. The mountain produces continuous thunder as explosions echo across the landscape. Volcanic lightning flashes through the enormous ash cloud overhead. The sky glows with unnatural bursts of light. To many residents, it appears as though the gods themselves have declared war on the city. Throughout the evening, thousands attempt to escape. Entire families push through the darkness, carrying whatever possessions they can manage. Some clutch valuables, others carry children. Many simply run, but escape is becoming increasingly difficult. The roads leading out of Pompeii are disappearing beneath mountains of volcanic debris. The darkness grows so complete that people can barely see the person standing beside them. Every direction feels uncertain. Every decision could be fatal. Meanwhile, countless others remain trapped inside the city. Some shelter in homes. Some gather in public buildings. Some pray. Some cry. Some refuse to believe the danger is as serious as it appears. They have no idea that the worst is still coming. As midnight approaches, Pompeii has effectively vanished beneath the ash. Several meters of volcanic material now blanket the city. Buildings collapse under the crushing weight. The streets have become canyons carved through gray debris. The darkness is absolute. Ancient accounts from survivors describe scenes of unimaginable terror. People scream in the streets. Families become separated. Many believe the end of the world has arrived. Some call upon the gods for mercy. Others wander aimlessly through the blackness, unable to see where they are going. The air grows hotter. The earthquakes become more violent. Yet above the city, an even greater danger is developing. The colossal eruption column towering over Vesuvius has reached a critical point. For hours, the mountain has been blasting millions of tons of material into the sky. But eventually, gravity begins to win. The enormous cloud can no longer support itself, and when it collapses, everything changes. Shortly after dawn, the final phase of the disaster begins. The eruption column breaks apart. What happens next is one of the deadliest natural phenomena on Earth. A massive pyroclastic surge forms on the slopes of Vesuvius. It is not lava. It is something far worse. A superheated avalanche of ash, rock fragments, and toxic gas races down the mountain at hurricane speeds. Temperatures soar above 300 degrees Celsius. The cloud moves faster than a speeding car, faster than a horse can run, faster than any human could ever hope to escape. Entire towns vanish in its path. Then it reaches Pompeii. The people who survived the night never stand a chance. Within moments, the city is engulfed by a wall of scorching gas and ash. Streets disappear beneath an expanding gray inferno. Homes, temples, shops, and public squares are swallowed whole. The heat is overwhelming. The air itself becomes lethal. For thousands of residents, the end comes almost instantly. There is no dramatic escape, no heroic rescue, no final opportunity to run. The force of the eruption is simply too great. In a matter of minutes, one of the most vibrant cities in the Roman Empire is transformed into a silent grave. The sounds of commerce vanish. The laughter of children disappears. The conversations, ambitions, dreams, and lives of thousands are extinguished beneath a blanket of volcanic ash. Pompeii is gone, buried beneath nearly 20 feet of debris, erased from the world. And yet, in one of history's greatest ironies, the same catastrophe that destroyed Pompeii also preserved it. As years become decades and decades become centuries, the buried city slowly fades from memory. Vegetation spreads across the landscape. New generations grow up unaware that an entire Roman city lies hidden beneath their feet. The names of its citizens are forgotten. Their stories disappear. Their world becomes legend. For nearly 1,700 years, Pompeii remains untouched, waiting, sleeping beneath the earth. Then, in the 18th century, something extraordinary happens. Archaeologists begin excavating the area. What they uncover astonishes the world. Beneath layers of hardened ash lies an entire city frozen in time. Streets, homes, temples, bathhouses, taverns, paintings still vivid with color, food left behind in kitchens, tools abandoned where workers dropped them. Even loaves of bread remain preserved inside ovens, as though the bakers had only just stepped away. It is not merely an archaeological discovery. It is a time capsule, a direct window into everyday life in the Roman world. Then comes the most haunting discovery of all. As excavators dig through the hardened volcanic deposits, they notice strange empty spaces within the ash. These cavities are the final traces of human bodies that long ago decomposed. When plaster is poured into these voids, the results are chilling. The shapes of Pompeii's victims emerge. A man shielding his face, a mother protecting her child, friends huddled together, people frozen forever in the exact positions they occupied during their final moments nearly 2,000 years earlier. Suddenly, the disaster is no longer just history. It becomes human. These are not statistics. They are real people. People who woke up expecting an ordinary day. People with plans for tomorrow. People who never imagined they were living through the final 24 hours of their lives. Today, Pompeii stands as one of the most extraordinary archaeological sites on Earth. Millions visit every year to walk its streets and witness the haunting remains of a civilization captured at the precise moment catastrophe struck. It serves as a reminder of humanity's fragility, a reminder that entire worlds can disappear in a single day, a reminder that nature possesses powers far beyond anything we can control. And perhaps that is why the story of Pompeii continues to captivate us nearly 2,000 years later, because it forces us to confront a terrifying truth. On the morning of August the 24th, 79 AD, the people of Pompeii believed they had a future. By the following morning, their city had vanished. 24 hours, one mountain, thousands of lives, and a disaster so powerful that its shadow still echoes across history to this very day.